Hi, my name is David Pickus, and this is part of a series on discovering the Grand Canal. In it, I describe my experiences in China and why I got interested in the Grand Canal. I also explain how I came to write my book, Postcards from China, Travels Along the Grand Canal. Those of you who've watched earlier episodes know that I've emphasized 3 points. First, that the Grand Canal is about more than transportation. It is about holding civilization together. Second, that the Grand Canal played a key role in unifying Chinese civilization. And third, that this work of connecting people continues in our own day. Now we are ready to ask and answer some fundamental questions. Where did the idea of building a Grand Canal come from? Why did generation after generation continue to regard the Grand Canal as a key component of Chinese civilization? I will provide my own answers to these questions and invite you, the reader, to do the same. Along the way, I will recount some of my own travels and experiences in China, and maybe even practice a Chinese phrase or two. Well, let's get started. It probably isn't an accident that most of the large civilizations of antiquity originated alongside of rivers some 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. It was in the river valleys that civilizations in Egypt, China, etc. were able to produce food surpluses, organize complex social structures, and use the large waterways to transport people and goods. Nevertheless, we should never forget one thing. Although we can say that rivers are greatly beneficial to human beings, we should be very careful about calling them our friends, and we should never think of ourselves as their masters. Rivers are proud and independent, and they literally follow their own course. This idea is necessary in order to grasp why canals got started in ancient China in the first place. First, get a map of China and literally use your finger to trace the course of the Yellow River. You will not find that it goes straight. Second, take a map of all of China and try to find rivers that go straight. Not like this, but straight from one major population center to another. I won't deny that sometimes you could do it. Thus, while it is not exactly straight, there is a line along the Yangtze River that moves from Shanghai to Chongqing and goes through cities like Nanjing and Wuhan. Still, before recent times, this route was not easy to travel. More importantly, for the most part, you cannot do it. You cannot find straight river roads between major Chinese cities. Rivers are not like roads that take us exactly where we want to go. They are proud and follow their own direction. With this in mind, it is easy to see why canals are not at all new in Chinese civilization. They emerged early, not that long relatively speaking after the emergence of Chinese states themselves. Thus we can find not just local, but extensive canals as far back as the 7th century BCE. Likewise, the first unifying emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, in the year 214 BC, constructed what is called the Lingchu Canal in the southern province of Guangxi, somewhat near the beautiful spot of Guilin. The goal was to bring troops and material from one main river in that southern region to another. That is, the rivers themselves only partially cooperated, so they dug a channel linking the two of them. This is why, when thinking of the full Grand Canal, which has a traditional construction date of 604 to 609 CE, it is helpful to use the Chinese term 大运河. 运河 means transport river, and the first character yun conveys movement and motion. Hence, a distinction that you can find in the textbooks between natural and artificial waterways does not make sense here. These canals were both natural and artificial. What they did was use human labor power and human ingenuity to correct nature, at least from their point of view. That is, they created the direct line of transport that nature only partially supplied. So how did this notion of correcting nature and creating direct lines of transport become the vast project of the Grand Canal that we know today? I'm glad you asked that question because I'm going to answer it in the next episode.
大卫有话说。
运河不是总是河，但是是一种快的河，有的小运河，有的中运河，有的当然还有大运河。谢谢你们对大运河的历史感兴趣。